Alright, so do you see the ends of these wires? They have these nice little tips on them that instead of soldering the wires together, this just clamps all the wires together and comes to a point. So it makes it easy to insert into our cell wires that have these little boxes, these little black boxes. It makes it easier for us to insert the wire as a single wire into the box as opposed to just having the bare wires or a soldered piece. And so I'm going to teach you guys how to put one of these little tips on the wire, because in my case I've noticed that they can tend to fall off easy. So in such a circumstance in the lab, you may have to put one of these tips back on. So they come in a sheet like this, and what I like to do is cut one off the end. So I use my wire cutters here, and you're going to use the scissor part down at the base to cut one off. Tends to want to fly when you cut it, so be careful. So now that I have a tip ready to go, then you can see my white wire here. I probably need to twist it a bit. You can see how it's trying to fray. So you just twist it to kind of get it to all stay together so they won't fray. And then pick up your tip, and we're going to try to thread it through the center all the way, and then underneath there's this little let me get the tweezers. There's this part right here is solid all the way around, so make sure you run your wires underneath it. And then once it's underneath, then we're going to go ahead and see these sides. There's like little triangles down here at the bottom, and then there's these kind of rectangles in the middle. We're going to, and it's on either side. Like if I flip it over, you're going to see the same thing on this side. What we're going to do is we're going to use our wire strippers to pinch those closed. So I use just the tip part right here, the jaws of the wire strippers, to pinch them closed. Try not to pinch yourself. So I'm just going to apply some pressure, and it might take a couple of tries because you're wanting to get them to close quite tightly, like so. It's kind of smashed together now. So now I'm going to do that with the bottom little triangle pieces, smash them together, and so now it's closed right here at these triangles, and it's closed right here at the rectangle. So that's going to help the tip to stay on. Like you can pull on the tip a little bit, not hard, but a little bit, and you can tell that it is snug. Okay? So if the tip falls off, not to worry. There'll probably be a strip of the tips laying around that looks like so. Just cut one off with your wire strippers, thread the wires through it and underneath a little circle part at the end, and then pinch the two bottom pieces together. Okay? So it should be good as new.